campus of Oxford High School for tonight's varsity football game between the visiting Pioneers of Harper Woods and your hometown Oxford Wildcats. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we welcome our Oxford Wildcat Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to ask everyone to please rise. This past week brought about a terrible incident in Georgia. We would ask that in honor of the fallen Wildcats of Appalachia High School, all of our Wildcat faithful now join in an observance, a moment of silence for the victims of this tragedy. Thank you. And now we ask
but I do. I've been there. I know what it looks like. It starts with your work ethic. It starts with you believing in each other, caring about each other. We look around and you don't let each other down. Everybody picks it up just a little bit more. It always comes down to who's more physical. That's what it's about. It's what it's always been about. And we got to be at our very best today. We have the talent here. There's no excuses. We are ready. This is going to be so special. It is going to be special. And you can mark it down. You know, I never said anything that I don't believe to be the truth. And I'm telling you right now, we are going to be special. We are ready to be champions. That's what this day is going to be about.
And now we ask that you remain standing, and gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome into another broadcast of Oxford Community Television. Oxford football kicking off this afternoon against Harper Woods. Dave Siseski alongside my partner Travis Wilson. Travis, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. You got to think that Harper Woods is going to come in looking for a victory, especially coming off of a state championship. You already got one win under your belt. Coming into a team that fought hard against Ike, another really challenging athlete or team to go up against as a home opener. So,
yeah.
or a season opener, and now back-to-back hard teammate to come up against in your home opener at your Wildcat Stadium.
That's it. Anytime you're facing the state champion, it's going to be tough. We want to remind everybody about our broadcast. It's brought to you by Barron. Oxford Community Television coverage of Oxford football brought to you by Barron Industries' 100-year-old birthday. Congratulations to them, 100 years.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal to be in business that long. And to coming up on, I think it's 101 years this year, 102, something like that.
Over 100 years.
Yeah, wild.
If you're there for 100 years, you're doing something right,
Yep,
Travis.
and I think that means it's probably older than both of us combined.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Right. Getting ready to kick it off here. Harper Woods did win the toss. They're going to take over here, and there's a touchback to start the game. Check out that big leg, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Katie with the kick. His older brother is now kicking at Grand Valley. Got a scholarship over there. And the younger Katie brother already getting looked at by a couple different colleges. Has done quite a few visits in the off season. And now get to see our Oxford Wildcat defense take the field for the first time in Wildcat Stadium.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Travis, it's going to be a tough one tonight here. Nate Rushalo is a heck of a quarterback. Like I said, a D4 state champion last season. He does sling the ball around. Not a lot of high school teams do that at this level, but you're going to see this guy pass the ball early and often.
Very much so. Coming in with 71% completion rate from last year, over 1,800 yards and a solid
The
stop.
short rush there on first down and 10, picking that up at the 20-yard line. I don't think he got anything there. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll set up second down and 10. So good job by the defense early here.
Yeah, Hunter Gainey, I think it was on the call. Probably Luke Johnson in there as well, leading tackler for the team last year.
Second down and 9, did get 1 yard. The snap to the quarterback there, and that's going to be almost picked off. That's number 30, A.J. Krupa. Read that perfectly, and I got to tell you, he walks into the end zone if he gets that one.
Completely untouched. Could not agree more. That is a pick six textbook read by Krupa. Just couldn't come up with it.
That'll set up a third down and 9 situation here. Oxford trying to get a 3 and out. The snap to the quarterback. He goes back downfield looking for his receiver. That's number 1 picking up that first down. We talked about him before this game, Dakota Grant. He's got a lot of offers. You said over 20.
Yes, and he's just a sophomore, so you got to think there's more coming, right? As a sophomore, the kid's got 23 offers with the most recent one, Ohio State.
It's a 12-yard gain. Sets up first down and 10 at the 33. And we talked about it. That quarterback, he will sling it around. So Oxford secondary going to be tested tonight.
Very much so. Very, very much so. You have a couple of seniors returning, a great defensive back crew.
Snap comes to the running back here, makes a couple moves, gets a couple yards there, but good job by Oxford containing him.
Yeah.
We got a play behind here. A couple players going at it, but hey, this is football. If you don't love this, check your pulse.
Very much so. Dean Rice on the initial contact there, followed up by, I want to say it was Hunter, Gravy? I'm not 100% sure on that.
Sets up down a 2nd and 6 from the 37. Quarterback takes the snap, hands it off to the running back. Makes a nice move there on the stop and stutter, but Oxford's right there on the containment.
Yeah.
We said that. Listen, they're going to be tested. This offense is something special. When you win a state championship, you're doing some things good.
Absolutely, and Colby Bailey being a senior on the squad, you got to think that he's going to bring a ton of leadership to the offensive side of the ball and do things like that, get good chunk yardage plays.
Third down and 3, Oxford gets another opportunity to get a stop at the 40 here. Snapped at the quarterback, hands it off. Oxford right there getting that tackle. That's a couple guys there. Looks like number 30 again, Krupa, who almost had that pick. Big tackle, and Oxford going to get the ball back if Harper Woods doesn't go for it. You just never know, right? When it's this close, it's that Dan Campbell mentality,
took
right?
The words right out of my mouth there. Absolutely. I just immediately thought Dan Campbell goes for this all day long, right?
I mean, you hope not after 40 or 38, but this is high school football.
This is it. Absolutely.
Well, a big stop here would be for Oxford, but down 4th and 2, and they are going to go for it. At least they look like it right now. Harper Woods does snap it. Quarterback.
False start.
It looks like you said, false start, and that might change some things.
Yeah, Bulford wanted to get that route started just a touch early, and referee saw it, threw the flag. That's going to bring them back 5.
And listen, These are kids, right? The nerves are real high right now, right?
Very much so, very much so. You got to think, especially if, who is that? That was Bulford as a junior, potentially his first varsity game on an away field. Yeah, home crowd, you're feeling a little bit something different than maybe you do at home.
Well, we know Dan Campbell would not go for 4th and 7, so
No.
they are in punt formation, and Oxford's going to get this ball. Who's that back deep for Oxford? Can't see that number quite yet right now, but I can tell you he's probably got some wheels.
Absolutely. Last year we had a handful of folks back there. Liam O'Neill was one.
Look, check that out. That snap is bobbled. Punter going to have to run for it. Oxford going to get some great field position. Check that out. Wow. What a tackle. That's number 9 there on the play, Jake Champagne.
Late flag comes in. I'm not sure if that's going to be what on us. It looks like
It
a
looks
signal.
like it's going to be on Harper Woods.
Yeah, face mask.
Which that would be declined unless it is a face mask like you said. But
or maybe illegal hands to the face, maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
Either way, it looks like it should be a good thing here.
Everybody in the booth got their fingers crossed.
I'll do it with you too, Travis.
Harper
We're
Woods
crossing
here.
our fingers here. Wait to hear what the referee says. That was a 4th and 7, and that could have been disastrous for Harper Woods starting off the game.
And we have our very first look at the offense for Oxford Wildcats. You got a couple guys returning this year that were huge components to the success of last year. Luke Johnson being one of them. 1,100 yards rushing last year. The averaging over 7.1 yards a carry.
Yeah, I mean, listen, how about that, though, for Oxford? Can it start any better on that first drive? Defense stepped up a couple times, and now they got it right at the 26-yard line.
Yep, you see
like
a lot
Hendricks
of
under center. And like there you said, there's Johnson with the carry.
Yep.
Doesn't get anything. I don't even think he got back to the line of scrimmage. That might be a loss of 1.
Yeah, you got to think that you're going to see a lot of stuff fed Johnson's way. Jack was a sophomore last year, their quarterback, Hendricks. There was some growing pains, but as the season went on, the kid just started to find his rhythm. Really, really good and dangerous on his feet, too. He's sneaky.
Johnson in the backfield again, receiver in motion here, setting up a 2nd down and 10. Hendricks backs up there, fake. He'll roll out and hit his receiver there down the right sideline. He'll go inside the 10. Beautiful pick up there for Oxford, picking up that 1st down and knocking on the door for the end zone.
Dean Rice, one of his favorite targets last year. Classic play that they ran countless times. Play action fake to almost like a weak side, and the tight end leaks across as a drag route. Kind of a deeper route, but it gives him 2 different reads. The running or the fullback leak, and then that tight end on the backside. Perfect execution. 1st
and goal from the 6. Handoff to Johnson again. Gets hit by a couple guys there and brought down. But like you said, listen, that pass, what does that set up? That sets up the run just like the run sets up the pass.
Very much so. Very much so. And, you know, you got to wonder what sort of game plan Coach Line came into today's game. You obviously have some size difference just visibly from the press box.
You can see it.
It's not, it's no joke. You look at the nose guard 52. He's got some size on him, but then you go next to him, 2 towers of kids ready to tackle our boys.
Difference of D4 and D1, right? 2nd down and goal here from the 6. Check that out.
What
Nobody's
a
going to get
fake.
Hendricks. He'll walk in for the touchdown, Oxford. How about that play? Like we just said, the run sets that up, and nobody was within 20 yards of the guy. He just walked in. Oxford up 6-0 to start this ball game.
That was one play we did not see last year was the quarterback boot, naked boot at that. There was not a single person out there to cover Jack. Walked into the end zone completely untouched. Pretty sure it was a pretty famous quarterback. You might know him, Peyton Manning. Did that a number of times.
Peyton didn't run like that either.
He did not.
Drew Cady there on for the extra point. Oxford up 6-0, 7:42 in this 1st quarter. Snap down clean. Cady kicks it, and it's beautiful.
There was a few times his number got called last week, and he was not able to put it through the uprights against Ike. Missing by millimeters, though. So you got to think that being able to put something through the uprights off the first snap really helps that that mojo, that ego a little bit, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, Travis. You couldn't have started this ball game better out for Oxford. Obviously, starting 0-1 on this season, Harper Woods 1-0. I had a chance to speak to Coach Line this season before it started. He said this team reminded him of the 2021 team. A lot of hard work, right?
Yes.
Blue-collared, and that's Oxford football.
It is very much so. I love the kind of that old school smash mouth football, if you will, where it's between the tackles. But hey, you can spread it out too and chuck it down the field. I got it. Big fan. Big fan.
As long as they get the dub, I'm good with whatever they want to do. 7:42, Oxford up 7-0. Katie to kick it off here for the second time in this ball game. The big leg again on the touchback, and you can tell that man's got a little bit of a soccer background as well.
Yeah, let's see. You are not wrong as far as the soccer background, and I want to say basketball as well. Got a lot of dual and triple sport athletes out here. It's phenomenal.
I love it, and I think a lot of coaches would encourage that, to play multiple sports, not just one.
Could not agree more.
Right, exactly. So here we go, Oxford defense back out there on the field. Heck of a job the first time on that drive, opening drive of the ball game. Up 7-0 from the 20 here, first down and 10. Harper Woods trying to get the offense going. Not used to struggling. Rushlow with the pass out to the receiver in the flat there. He'll pick up a strong around 7 or 8 yards there. So when you get big chunks of yardage like that, obviously good for the offense, but that's what they're used to doing.
Especially coming off just a simple little bubble screen. Easy pitch and catch. Quarterback, wide receiver know exactly what's going to happen and gain 5 yards out of it. Take that all day.
Second down and 5 from the 25. 7:34 remaining in this first quarter. Oxford up 7-0. And that'll be coming back, I believe. So a couple penalties early on for Harper Woods, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And that was something that Coach Line harped on the boys last year, is to stay disciplined no matter what the scoreboard said. And they do a pretty darn good job. Minimal penalties every single game. It's great to see, because you get into penalty trouble where you're taking a penalty every series, you're not helping yourself out.
Well, the OAA Red is no joke. As we know, Lake Orion obviously went in last season, but you can't beat yourself with plays like that, right? So good job by Oxford. Quarterback back again with a deep throw down the right sideline. Nobody home. Oxford with the interception at the 40-yard line. What a play by the defense. Once again, that's number 19 out there. Or is it number 14? Cam Moore picking up the interception. I got to tell you, heck of a play by Oxford once again.
The textbook.
And that was actually number 19 out there.
Yeah.
It was said to be number 14, but
yep.
I did see number 19. That's Tabor.
Tabor,
Tabor.
Yes. A name you're going to be hearing a lot this year. He's a junior, but just wait. This kid's got some mojo that I'm really liking.
I tell you what, Rushlow just threw it up.
He did.
I mean, it was a dead duck there out in center field.
From a senior quarterback, it's kind of appalling to see.
First down and 10 from the 40. Hendricks back up there with a pass, just missed his receiver, and I got to tell you, he had all the room in the world as Travis just jumps out of his feet here. I swear he would have dunked the ball, but that had touchdown written all over it.
Absolutely. So it is almost the exact same play scheme as the one that we had Dean catch down here towards the end zone.
A little bit of play action?
A little bit of play action, but instead of Dean coming all the way across the field, it's almost a delayed release, and he goes up the seam.
Check this out. Another penalty here is going to move the ball up. So Oxford taking advantage of what Harper Woods has given up so far.
Yeah, you got to think that there's going to be a conversation or two on the sidelines happening right now about silly little penalties, the little things.
First down and 10 from the 45. Oxford, Hendricks hands it off to Johnson. Got a lot of room here on the right side, moving, using his blockers. He'll pick up the first down. That's a big block there by number 7, Drew Cady, the wide receiver. The things that go unnoticed.
Yeah, he does a little bit of everything. I mean, he does the little things so well, does the really nice things even better, has a great vision on the field.
And he can kick the ball, so there you go.
Bingo.
That'll set up another first down from the 35-yard line. Oxford moving the ball once again, up 7-0, 6:40 in this first quarter. Hendricks hands it off, why not? Johnson once again using the right side, using those blockers, picks up another first down. That's blue-collar Oxford football right there.
To a T. To a T. You got to think that first down, you run the ball, would love to see 4 or 5 yards, but we'll take 11 or 12 or whatever Johnson gives us.
And you know what, Travis, what you're going to keep doing is pounding the rock. Until they stop it, you make them stop you.
Yes, absolutely.
First down and 10 from the 22. Oxford knocking on the door once again. Hendricks with the receiver in motion, hands it off to the receiver, but Harper Woods right there to bring him down. That was Chris Pullman with the ball.
I think that's probably one of the first times where Harper Woods kind of had the upper hand on the defense for the first time tonight.
They read that one pretty
well.
perfectly.
Yeah.
But I like the idea from Coach Line. He's been doing quite a bit of things here, opening up the playbook a lot. That'll set up a second down and 12 from the 24. If you're just joining us, it's 7-0 Oxford in the opening quarter here against Harper Woods. Hendricks.
Unbalanced.
Under center. Johnson in the backfield to pitch over to, oh, that's actually another back there. That's number 32.
Preston Wilder.
That's Preston Wilder, who picks up some positive yardage.
He is an up-and-coming back. He's the one that comes in and gives Luke a little bit of a breather. But he's just as dangerous. It was great to see last year getting him involved. I think Stony Creek was one of the first games I really started to notice him. Had a couple of great plays where he was able to decipher kind of that zone read offensive blocking scheme and pick a hole and just gun it down the field.
Travis, that showed patience right there.
Yes.
It's easy for a young guy like that to just try to hit the hole, right?
Yes.
But the hole wasn't there yet. He waited. And it opened up like the Red Sea. Picked up 8 yards. That sets up a third down and 4 from the 16-yard line. Hendricks under center, but that's going to be a flag here. Looks like that's actually a timeout for Oxford. So the play clock winding down. They'll take that first timeout. We want to remind you about the broadcast here, Travis.
Yeah, our timeouts are brought to you today or this year by Barron Industries, Oxford Community Television. Their coverage is only possible so far this year, at least with Barron Industries. It is their 100-plus-year-old birthday. I don't have an exact confirmation yet. Google doesn't want to give me a correct answer, so we're going to say 100-plus.
Well, listen, it's a heck of a business. If you're in business that long, you're doing a lot of things right, and Barron is definitely doing that. So listen, right now, 7-0 Oxford. They're driving the ball once again. I believe it would be Oxford's first victory ever against Harper Woods. I don't think they've played each other.
I was trying to find some history on it, and nothing really was coming up as far as any sort of history really with these guys. So I believe
we're witnessing history, right?
Yeah,
there you go.
This is it. This is it right here.
Third down and 4 from the 16. You hear the band in the background there. What a beautiful thing to have football back on Friday nights as we're almost under the lights. Third down and 4, play clock at 12. Hendricks handing that ball off one more time to Johnson. Right up the gut there, showing some power. He may have picked that up, and it looks like he did. Just lowered his helmet and went right through the heart of the defense there to pick up that first down.
From a running back coach standpoint, you're telling the kids, especially at a young age too, regardless of when you get hit, how you get hit, you keep those feet moving, and that's exactly what he did. To get those last few inches that he needed to get that first down, giving his team an even better opportunity to put another one in the end zone.
What do they say about running backs? They can squat a house, right?
So you are not wrong with Luke.
Got to get the legs churning. First down and 10 from the 11. Oxford knocking on the door one more time. Hendricks with Johnson in the backfield, receiver in motion, goes to Johnson on the right side there, goes in through the defense and picks up some more positive yardage. I thought they had gotten him initially, but he made a cut.
Yeah.
And almost scored.
Dragged 2 or 3 Harperwood players with him to put it down onto, I think it's the 2-yard line, the 2.5, call it.
There you go. Second and goal now for Oxford. That was just a beautiful run, and that's one thing, I said it a couple times, but they've shown their patience tonight. So 3:38 left in this opening quarter. Second down and 2 for Oxford. Johnson gonna get the carry one more time. Gets around the defense, goes to the left side. He scored, touchdown Oxford. Oh baby, what a beautiful run from Johnson.
Just because one hole isn't there doesn't mean there's not another one, and he found it.
Well, what a heck of a run there by Johnson, picking up the touchdown. As you can hear the crowd here, it's been electric in Wildcat Stadium to start this ball game.
You got to think that the majority of the city of Oxford is here right now. Stands are packed. You got the Oxford Junior Wildcats in-house, as well as, I want to say, some of the middle school cheerleaders and players as well. You got to love just that small town feel under the lights on Friday night.
Well, this is where you want to be on a Friday night, right? And
Absolutely.
like I said, if you don't love this, check your pulse, because this is beautiful as we start to have these lights come on us here, getting a little bit darker. 14-0 Wildcats. And so far, Travis, they've played a complete first quarter. I mean, you couldn't have asked for anything better. If you asked Coach Line before the game, he'd tell you that this has been the perfect recipe for success right here. They keep doing this, and they're going to get a big, big victory.
And they've taken the ball on the ground and in the air and executed some really, really nice plays. Those play actions where you're getting the tight ends to leak out, or right between the tackles, letting your running backs do their thing.
That's it. They've done a little bit of everything. Katie getting ready to kick it off one more time. 14-0 Oxford, going for his third touchback of the ball game, but they're going to almost return that.
Almost returned.
No, young man, you might want to stop right there, but they are going to count that another touchback for Katie, who's got that big leg, and really everything, and I'm not underselling this, everything is going right for Oxford, everything going wrong for Harper Woods, and they've already had a couple penalties so far.
They haven't made it past the 50. We're up on turnovers. You got Coach Lyons just got to be down there, just excited as ever.
Rushy Lau under center, hands it off to his running back there, picks up a couple yards. Oxford with a gang tackle there. Looks like number 40 picking up that tackle. That's Hunter Gainey.
Gainey, thank you.
And really, second down and 8 sets up a good spot here for Oxford. That was a key for me in this ball game, is limiting those big plays. Okay, because listen, we can't undersell. It's a state champion team out there in D4. Did they lose some players? Yes, but they have a lot of talent.
They do. Across the board, they have a ton of talent.
Rushlow hands off to his receiver in motion over to the left side, but there's a hold. I believe that's coming back.
Yeah. You got to think that on both sides of the ball, right? You got a lot of seniors that left last year for Harper Woods, but also on the Oxford side.
It's high
to
school
name a
football,
few,
right?
Sean Wilson, now playing at MIT, valedictorian of the year last year. Phenomenal athlete, incredibly smart, a thespian too. But the dude knew football.
Yeah.
Would seal the edges so well on the defensive side of the ball. And played both sides, and now you got to think that there's somebody else that wants to step up. We're excited to see who it is. So far, it's a team effort. I got to love it.
And listen, this ball game is far from over. Over on the other side for Harper Woods, Rod Oden, a great coach for them. You got to think that he's going to adjust here, down 14-0, but this is a team that loves to pass the ball. They're going to have to.
Yeah. The Harper Woods had a new AD as of last year, and sporting the 1-0 in the state championship.
Ooh, receiver dropped the ball there on second down. That's going to set up third down and 15.
Uncharacteristic, I would say, of DeAndre Biden, or Bidden, if you will. But a freshman on the varsity level.
There you go. Third down and 15 from the 15. Oxford trying to get another stop, already up 14-0. Rushlow back up there, passing down the middle. The safety with a big hit. However, that receiver, we talked about him already, Dakota Grant there with the catch and move and the change. Big players make big plays, and that's exactly what he did on 3rd and 15.
Very much so. Eli Carpenter did a great job keeping that receiver in front of him, being able to come up and make a nice form, open field tackle to make sure that there was no more gain.
Always a standout Carpenter on the Oxford Wildcats. On first down, big run there from Colby Bailey, one of the captains for Harper Woods. And we talked about it. They hadn't been past the 50, but they are slowly creeping their way there. That was a big run on first down. $14-0 Wildcats right now. Second down and 1 from 35 here. There's a carry right up the middle. That's going to move the change. So Harper Woods starting to get a little bit of momentum on offense, and that's a dangerous thing for them, because as we know, they can move those chains early and often, and when they get that air raid going, that's when they're at their best.
Yep. You haven't seen him come under center or anything like that. They're trusting the ball in the quarterback's hands on this, and why not, right? Senior throwing the ball around very well last year. Not surprised to see him kind of starting to find his rhythm here.
First down and 10 from the 50. Rushlow back, looking for somebody downfield. That's going to be picked off again, number 30, Krupa. So he missed that initial interception, picks one up right there. Oxford once again Johnny on the spot with the turnover.
Amazing to see a player that didn't have a whole lot of playing time at linebacker, I want to say, last year, has really come into the position and had almost 2 picks. We'll take that one all day.
Almost had a pick 6.
Almost, you're correct.
But Oxford taking over again. We just said Harper Woods hadn't been past the 50. Well, they still haven't been past the 50 because they were right there.
Yep.
Oxford with another big play. And this is an electric stadium right now here. Everybody in the city might be here watching this football team playing some great football at the 49 now. 1st and 10, up 14-0. Hendricks hands it off to Johnson, left side, looking for somewhere to go. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage there, though. Nice tackle by number 52 for Harper Woods. And that's Lunan Ferrer. That'll put it at 2nd down and 11. Loss of 1 puts it back at the 49. But you love that they're sticking to the run, because that's what's worked all game long so far.
Yeah, your bread and butter is going to be Luke Johnson and Preston Wilder in the backfield, getting the ball in their hands, and then seeing what Jack's able to do through the air.
2nd down and 11, 49 seconds left in this opening quarter. Trips left. 2 receivers in motion. Single back there is Johnson. Fake to Johnson. Hendricks rolls out. Passes to the receiver on the right flat there. He's got some room going all the way down. He may score. The 5. Touchdown Wildcats.
Dean Rice.
Oh, baby, how about that? What a start for these Wildcats. You said it. Dean Rice saw end zone and wasn't going to let anybody stop him.
No, some great downfield blocking by his wide receiver core. Phenomenal to see, especially all the young players here. We preach it at the younger level. No matter if you're getting the ball or not, your team needs your help. Get downfield, find somebody to block, go score. That's exactly what happened.
Drew Cady out there once again for the extra point. Oxford with a heck of a first quarter, up 20-0. Snap is clean. Cady kicks it up. Make it 21-0. Oxford, you couldn't play a better first quarter.
You really couldn't have. And Jack's done a great job finding the right receiver. Looking at his reads, he's only made maybe 1 iffy throw. Other than that, pretty sure he's completed everything else.
And that is a typical Oxford offense, right? You usually don't ask too much of your quarterback. You get the run game going, and when you get your opportunity, you hit it. And he hit it there, a strike. Really not too big of a throw, but you let your receivers do the rest, and when you got athletes, they make plays.
Very much so. You got the very simple read for them to nicely a little pitch and catch. You're hoping for, 6, 7, 8 yards out of that. But we'll take a 50-plus yard touchdown.
We'll take a 50, yes, exactly. Well, this has been a heck of an opening start for the Wildcats so far here. I feel like we've seen this over and over again. It's deja vu. Katie getting ready to kick it off. How about another touchback? We'll see. That one's low. It's going to bounce out of the end zone. That's the 4th touchback already, and we're not even in the second quarter.
Yeah. His brother was very, very good at that, and genetics is all I got to say.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
Something I cannot do is kick the ball.
No,
so.
I'm lucky if I get it off the tee.
That's why we're up here,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Exactly. And because we're, not 18 anymore. So
Yeah.
just saying, we feel that every day. Well, 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter here. Oxford up 21-0, and really everything clicking. Defense leading to the offense. See if they can make another play here from the 20-yard line. Rushlow with a receiver in motion. He'll hand it off to that receiver on the right side. He's got some room. Picks up some positive yardage, but big tackle there by Oxford, because if he gets by that tackle there, I think he might be off to the races.
Yeah,
and I believe that was Luke Johnson on the tackle.
Yeah, he was able to
there.
somehow get outside from his linebacker position to be able to get all the way to that field side and make that tackle, a sure tackle, and that comes from his wrestling background. I preach that a lot with our younger kids. If you have any insight or any luck that you want to, or any desire, I should say, about doing wrestling, do it.
All right, we'll take a quick break here. Oxford leading 21-0 after one quarter. We'll be right back for the second quarter action.
Barron Industries, located here in Oxford, Michigan, and serving many of the world's leading manufacturing companies that rely on Barron Industries for turnkey solutions for many of the most complex and safety-critical industries, celebrating 100 years of metal casting excellence. Since 1983, Barron Industries has been a trusted partner to the world's leading aerospace and defense companies, proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Defense, but we'll wait to see.
Travis, did you hear they sponsored?
That is going to be a penalty on Oxford.
It's a 24th Street Tavern.
So that'll set up a first down, and really that's the only mistake we've seen so far for Oxford right there. They've been pretty mistake-free. First down and 10 from the 33. Harper Woods trying to get something going here. Oxford's done a good job of containing them. As we already talked about, that quarterback-receiver combo can be lethal coming off a state championship. Rushlow hands it off to the running back, right up the gut, almost getting that first down. If he didn't, he's got 9 yards there, setting up a second down and 1. No, they're going to move the change.
Wow, they are going to give it to him.
That was pretty close. It didn't even get a measurement, but okay.
Yeah.
I guess we're not wearing the stripes, so.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them take a shot downfield. They've put it on the ground. and they've had some success. Gonna maybe try to catch, our DBs sitting on their heels a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised to see it, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see like something, maybe a little bit of a screen game here either, something we haven't seen.
Well, when they have went downfield, Oxford's been ready. Rushilau hands
Oh,
off to
counter.
the running back again. Nice spin move, gets out of a tackle there. Johnson in there on the tackle. A couple Oxford Wildcats there for a short gain, setting up a second down. And 6.
Reed Sukowski on the tackle. He was very active for us last year. Love to see him. I believe it's his senior year. Captain, phenomenal athlete, phenomenal kid, and great family as well.
Second down and 6 from the 47. Oxford up 21-0. Rushilau with a running back right behind him there. He's going to fake the handoff there, hits his receiver over the middle. That's trouble for Oxford. We've brought him up before. Dakota Grant picking up a big first down. I tell you what, he's got a lot of moves there, and he's shifty downfield, and that was dangerous. He's been all over the field so far early on.
Yeah, you hate to see the connection, from a defensive standpoint, especially because we've been able to contain it, right, up until now. Or pick it.
First down and 10 from the 27. Harper Woods looking to get the offense moving here. Rushilau going far over to the left side, hitting his receiver for a dart. Makes a couple moves, gets around some defenders there, but Oxford able to bring him down. Johnson in there with the tackle as well, but that was just another shifty move, and they're starting to get things going with their receivers, and when they do, they can be trouble.
It was interesting because they overloaded that side, trips left, and they almost ran like a flood route with 2 receivers, but then an out route with that inside, and that's where the connection was made. He was left out there all alone.
Well, you mentioned it. Here's trips right now. Single receiver on the left side. Rushilau gets the ball there, hands it off to the running back. He's got all the room in the world. He reaches in. I don't think he quite got in. He may be at the 2-yard line. It looks to be about the 2 or the 1, but more positive yardage for Harper Woods. They're starting to click.
Yeah, the safety, Seth Tabor, came up and made that sure-handed tackle to make sure we did not get a touchdown scored on us.
Made a couple big plays already in this first half as Tabor. Well, look out for the QB sneak here. Actually, they go to the running back number 2. He reaches over but doesn't get in. Nice job by Oxford to stop to stop Colby Bailey, the tailback. Setting up a third down here. This would be a big stop if Oxford's able to hold here, because you have to think at this point this is 4-down territory.
At this point for them, there's no way you don't put the ball in the end zone, or attempt to at least, on 4th down. Being down 3 scores against a team that you were probably thinking you were going to be up on early, and you've come out and gotten punched in the mouth.
That's
for
it.
lack of better terms.
8:06 left in this second quarter. Oxford up 21-0. 3rd down and 2. Rushilau with a handoff to the running back right up the gut. Check that out. Oxford. A couple guys on the tackle. Looks like number 50 in there as well as number 25.
Matthew McCraw, something along those lines, had the carry, did not hand it off to Bailey. Clearly a bigger back, a more stout back than was most likely, hey, go get it, and he didn't.
And look at one of the captains there in with the tackle. That's Brendan Cass, number 60. You want your captains to come up in big moments, and what did he just do, right? Setting up a 4th down and 1. You have to think they're probably going right up the gut.
You would think so. You've done a great job of the ground game so far. Or do you throw that little screenplay outside?
There's that, or you can go play action here. We've already seen it for Oxford, and Hendricks rolled out. Nobody within 10 yards of him, so we'll see here.
Last time they were in this 2 running back set, they had pulled both guard and tackle on the left side as almost like a counter. Let the weak side running back take it up. Oh, it's a
Well, check it out. That box is full, and I
False
think
start.
that's a false start. You called it out before the referee did, the official down there. That's the nerves. We've talked about it. I think they've had about 4 or 5 penalties already.
It's going to be penalty number 5, and I want to say that it will bring their tally around the 27, 28 yards in penalties.
Yeah, that's a killer right there, because you're going to bring it back to the 6-yard line, and that obviously benefits the defense.
Very much so. Very much so. Of course, we're not the only game around the league tonight, but we're going to see what this 4th down play is before we kind of capture some other scores.
4th down and 6 from the 6. Harper Woods, Rushelo drops back, almost picked off once again by Krupa. He would have had his 2nd of the night, almost his 3rd.
We'll nickname him the Sticky Bandit.
Well, how about that?
So
how about
close.
the defense there, sticking up and standing strong?
Very much so. You got to love it.
I mean, that literally, we're set up at the 1-yard line. Another penalty, and I think that's been
crucial.
The story so far in this game.
Crucial penalties on Harper Woods' behalf. They're finally drive down the field, and then joked.
That's it. Well, Oxford in a dangerous spot here at the 6, though, but hey, how do you help yourself? You run the ball, but we're going to get a whistle down there, and there is a flag on the field.
Encroachment maybe, or false start?
I believe it's a false start. No, it was encroachment. So there's number 6 on the penalty. I mean, you're in a dangerous spot as an offense, and you say, hey, thank you.
Hey, much obliged.
We'll take that.
Much obliged. We'll take that all day. Absolutely, sir. You know, with your backs to the goal line, and now maybe you can open up that playbook a little more because of the fact that
well, you're feeling pretty good at up 21-0, right?
Yes. Very much. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
1st down and 5 from the 11. Hendricks under center. And another flag on the field.
Another encroachment penalty is my guess.
You have got to be kidding me. If that's what it is, I bet you Rod Oden's going to lose his mind down there on the sideline.
There's not much better than a 1st down than a free 1st down.
Penalty number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, a free 1st down, they'll take it, right? I mean, listen, they were backed up at their 6. They're all the way up to the 16. How far does this go?
And we haven't run a play yet.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, up 21-0 with 7:32 left in this opening half. Oxford, 1st and 10 from the 16. Hendricks hands off to Johnson. Johnson makes a cut, goes up the gut, picks up some positive yardage. Didn't even go down.
Yeah.
Just showing his strength right there. Playing through the whistle. And that'll set up the 2nd down and 7. So minimal gain there, but hey, the chunk yards, right? And then the penalties, and really they've taken advantage of it.
And you get, at some point, you got to think about clock management, right?
That's it.
You're up on 3 scores. Why not keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving?
And Travis, they don't look like they're in a hurry. Let's be honest, and they shouldn't be, right?
No.
2nd down and 7 from the 19. Hendricks, again under center, receiver in motion. Going right to the tailback once again. That's number 35, but we got a penalty flag again. That handoff was that number 30 out there? Or 32 looks like.
Holding.
That's Preston Wilder getting the. Now they're going to back it up here.
Only our 2nd offensive
penalty? 2nd penalty, but when you're up 21-0, right, you can. I don't think any coach is going to tell you that it's okay, right? Nobody's going to say that. Coach Line doesn't want to see that. He wants them to remain disciplined and really keep the foot on the gas.
At this point, absolutely. You got to think, hey, we need to go score. We got 6 minutes to go put the ball in the end zone and go into half up something in the 20s.
So back to the 9. 2nd down and 7. Oxford playing from the shotgun here. Single back receiver in motion. Hendricks gets it. Backs up. Defender in his face. Nice toss there to Johnson. Lots of room. Look at that. He may go over across the 40. Down to over up to the 47. 47-yard line. Lots of room there. Good blocks, positive yardage. I tell you what, that's Oxford football right there, baby.
Screenplay out of the shotgun with that motion, and you saw the cornerback follow. So they were in man coverage, which meant this was a perfect play call for it.
I thought it was going to be a house call, but hey, nonetheless, taking it up to midfield almost here. Setting up a first down and 10. Looks like it's at the, well, here Hendricks on the fakery, doesn't hand it off, goes up the middle, lots of room, and kind of falls a little awkward there, but he's okay, pulled up by his lineman.
If he doesn't slide there, he's taking a pretty
He's taking
hard
a big
shot.
hit, right. Yeah. And it was a little bit of an awkward slide, but it's all good. He's good. He got back up. So 5:28 here. This is going to put the ball at the 47. 21-0 Oxford right now. Second down and 5. Johnson in the backfield again. Single receiver up at the very top. And they're taking their time, as you said. Good clock management. Got this ball around 7 minutes. Receiver in motion on the right side. Hands off to Johnson. Going up. Nice cut there to begin the play. And he spins around a defender. I believe he picks up the first down there, and he is going to get that first down.
6-yard gain for an Oxford first down.
He's looked strong.
Very. Your offensive line is winning the battle in the trenches, which you can't do much if they don't.
And I'll tell you what, Travis, if you are wearing number 42, it's a special number, as we all know, Tate Meir, right? Tate Meir, a special young man. I had the opportunity to interview him a few years back, and he's forever going to be remembered here. Hendricks rolls out to the right side. He's just going to throw this one away, but staying back to that topic. That's a young man that really left a mark, and in his short time here on earth, did more than most people do in their whole entire life. Just a special young man, and he'll always be remembered here for Oxford football. As we know, a player each year gets to wear that number 42, and it's an incredible honor.
Very much so. The honor that 42 carries. One, to carry on his name for forever, and two, just what it represents. It's the ultimate goal as a high school football athlete, or any football athlete in the town of Oxford.
And speaking of 42, Johnson with another strong carry right up the gut. I mean, this guy shows his patience, but really just power, raw power going right at the teeth of the defense and saying, just bring me down. Setting up a third down and 4. You have to think they're just going to keep running this ball. Look at the clock right now, 3:55 on the clock. They had it at 7 minutes plus. Just grinding down this clock, playing Oxford football up 21-0. Third down and 4. Hendricks rolls out, looking for somebody on the right side. Nobody there. Wide open receiver over the middle to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Wildcats. How about that? Jake Champagne with another touchdown. Beautiful play. As you mentioned before, Travis, that run game has opened up that passing game. Hendricks rolls out, wide open receiver, and I don't even think that was his first option.
Don't think so either. Champagne, who he had a few catches for us last year, absolutely, but I think that you're going to see him integrated a lot more this year. You lost a couple key receivers that Jack liked outside of Dean Rice, because clearly he's a favorite so far tonight. But Champagne, he's gonna get his number called quite a bit this year.
And there's the extra point for Drew Cady. And with a name like Champagne, you got to make people celebrate, right? So, and he's done that so far today.
The whole Champagne family, actually. There's quite a few that are up and coming, so you're going to hear that name for quite a while in Oxford football. He's a phenomenal athlete, too. If you watch him in basketball, the kid shoots incredibly all over the floor. Doesn't matter where he's at. Kids make buckets.
Yep, and there's another example of an athlete playing multiple sports. I love it. I know that coaches love it. And Champagne lighting up the scoreboard one more time Oxford up 28-0. If I told you before this game they would start 28-0, you'd say I'm crazy.
If you told me 28-0, I would have been very excited. Yes, but strictly based off of last week's game, when you put up 16 points against Eisenhower, it's kind of a far-fetched number, but I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
Listen, I could play. They're a good team, right? But this is a team from the OAA Red, good team here. And then this ball is dangerous, and the receiver going to have to bring that out, but they're going to help him out here and say he was in the end zone when he grabbed that ball, and that was right on the line of dangerousness there. Great kick again by Katie. We've mentioned the kicker's name, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times already in this first half, and he's already got 6 touchbacks.
From a head coaching standpoint, to make sure that your opponent starts on their 20 every time, huge.
That's it. Field position, man. That is a big, big, big thing there. Playing chess on the field. First down and 10 from the 20. 28-0 Oxford. Harper Woods looking to get something going. Nobody in the backfield. This is just a passing game for them. The pass all the way down to the left side. That's a receiver wide open with the ball. DeAndre Bidden comes down with it. So a little bit of a breakdown there in the secondary. You know they're going to pass the ball, but this is what Harper Woods does.
Tabert was close. He was probably a step and a half or so behind him, and it was number 12, Liam O'Neill, I think that's who it is, was in coverage back there, and Rushlow just dumped it right over his head. Nice little touch.
First down and 10 from the 45. Rushlow hands off to the tailback there. I believe that's Bailey, and a couple people there in the tackle is Luke Johnson there leading the way.
Bailey very shifty, very, very shifty back. You can see it, but you also wonder, is it hindering him a little bit? If that play call is to that, let's just say, 6 hole, and you're dancing around, and that hole's there for half a second, and you're dancing, you miss it.
That's it. It's all about vision as a tailback as well. Hand off to Bailey again over to the left side, and pick up a couple yards there again on the tackle. Couple Wildcats there, but leading the way is, looks like Johnson. So that'll set up a 3rd down. Oxford has been lethal on both sides of the ball, but really I think we can agree that it's been the defense setting the tone and setting up that offense. We'll have a timeout here as Harper Woods looks to talk this one over. Want to remind everybody about the broadcast here. Oxford Community Television coverage. Oxford football brought to you by Barron Industries. 100-year-plus old birthday. Been in business for over 100 years. You're doing something right. Got to be doing a few things right if it's over 100 years.
Minimal errors, we'll say that at least.
Exactly. Not too many errors. So right now Oxford with the defense out there with just 2:22 remaining. 3rd down and 3. Big play here. You have to think for Harper Woods, man. If they're going to get anything going, they have to get it going here at the end of this first half because you want to put some points on the board.
Momentum is huge in the game of the football. If you put up a touchdown going into halftime, all right, maybe we can build off of that. But Oxford's looked really solid this half.
They have on 3rd down, pass over to the right side. Nice long pass. The receiver's going to pick that up. Again, that's number 4. Donald Adams picking that up. You see, we've already talked about Rushlow, 3 D1 offers, Miami, Ohio, BG, Eastern Kentucky. He's got that arm strength, and he hasn't had a lot of time to do it today, but he can get the ball down the field.
Dangerous. Dangerous is the word that comes to mind because it just takes the one time to zip it out deep downfield. Who is that?
Look at that tackle. Look at that tackle. That's number 12 for
Owen
Oxford.
Pavlock. Yes? No, Liam
That's
O'Neill.
O'Neill with a heck of a play there. Receiver trying to break free. He said, nuh-uh, you're coming down, buddy. And a great tackle from him. Had his guys come help him. and that'll set up a second down and 9, 28-0. That clock winding down, 1:45 on the clock, and really the offense here taking quite a bit of time.
Oddly, you would think that they'd be in a little bit of a hurry up to try and put some points on the board quick, maybe even get a quick stop and get the ball back, but it doesn't seem to be that game plan.
Oh, check out
High
that
snap.
snap. Gets behind the quarterback. He'll just fall down on it, but another mistake, and the clock keeps ticking. Down 28-0 at this point. You wonder if they're just going to concede and just go to the half, not make any more mistakes.
You got to wonder, especially after that, do you?
I think you just let it wind down.
Yeah.
And look, as you see out there, they're not in a hurry.
No. Couple familiar names in chat. I love it. Sophia, I'm pretty sure you were pretty active in the chat last year. Good to see some familiar names in there. Thank you so much for tuning in.
3rd down and 25. Clock winding down under a minute. Rushlow moves back. Pass deep down the field. The receiver out there, but just a little bit short. And I tell you what, Luke Johnson flying down there in coverage. I mean, he was in a perfect spot. It's a big guy with a lot of muscle, and he's all over the field.
Yeah, just because no matter where he's at, he has a knack to find the ball. Whether he's in the backfield or deep, you saw it right there. And now a huge defensive stop for them. Yes, there's a little bit of help with that high snap, but a great defensive stop, opportunity to get the ball back. See what happens. 40-something seconds left. By the time you get the ball, probably 35 seconds roughly.
Love that they were able to stop the clock there. Like you said, 41 seconds. And we're going to get a punt here. Oxford going to get that ball back. A strange punt there, and it's going to hit one of their players, but it'll drop down. Not an Oxford player, so it's okay.
Yep.
It'll be inside the 20. So we've talked about it. We've brought up Johnson's name a few times here. There's been a couple players. Obviously, Hendricks has had a big first half as well. Didn't make any mistakes. Katie, we've talked about him. But it's as simple as big-time players make big plays, and they've done that in this first half.
Yep, you get the ball in your playmakers' hands, and Coach Line has done a great job of that tonight so far. Dishing it all over the field. Dean Rice, reception. Jake Champagne, reception. Preston Wilder and Luke Johnson active in the backfield. Gotta love it. Great first half for the Oxford Wildcats.
Well, Travis, they'll down this ball, and that'll end the first half. Oxford up 28-0. Everything going right for the Wildcats. The obvious is out there, but what did you like so far in this first half, and what would you like to see in the second half?
Well, I'll start with what I'd like to see in the second half. The exact same thing. Because we put up another 28 points in the second half, that's going to be incredible. But what I did like for the Oxford Wildcats, they've stuck to their bread and butter. They've made sure that they either set up the pass with the run or the run with the pass. It's been awesome to see some of the returners that have carried the team last year and are picking right back up where they left off.
Well, we'll take a short break here. The band coming out on the field, the cheerleaders out there right now. Enjoy this. A beautiful night for Oxford football. Let's do it again in the second half, Travis. Oxford leading Harper Woods 28-0. We'll see you in the second half.
welcome to the field your 2024 Oxford Wildcat Marching Band. Tonight, under the direction of drum majors Cole Diedick, Olivia Graff, Hayden Adams, and Sarah Gibbons, the Wildcat Band is proud to present Immortal Beloved, the music of Beethoven. We will feature musical soloists Trinity White, Cole Jacobs, Roger Woltman, and Brianna Welch, as well as color guard soloists Miranda Morin and Savannah Baker.
Welcome back to the broadcast here. Dave Siseski alongside Travis Wilson. Travis, you got some scores from around the area?
Yeah, absolutely got some scores. So right before we went to break, I looked at Clarkson's score. I was like, 14-0, and then they scored another one, and that was in the middle of the second quarter. At halftime, it's 34-0.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they put up a couple points real quick right before the end of the half. You got Troy Athens over Berkeley right now at half, 20-0. Avondale's all tied up against Seaholm. Davison up 12-0. Kind of an odd score there. Maybe a couple missed field goals, or maybe only made field goals. And the last score I saw, maybe our Dragon fan, Tim, can help us out in the chat. Last score we saw was 14-0 over Stony Creek. OAA Red matchup that was bound to be good. Stony's coming off of a win. Lake Orion's coming off of a win, I believe, as well. Really, really tough division, that OAA Red.
Well,
phenomenal programs.
Yeah, obviously, we're getting some non-conference action here to start the season, but we know, listen, Lake Orion, a great football team last season, winning the OAA Red, and it's got to go through them probably again this season. And if Oxford plays like this, then they're going to make some noise in the division for sure.
There's going to be a dogfight for the OAA Red this year, absolutely. 21-0 now for Lake Orion up over Stony Creek. That's great info. Thank you so much, Paul.
I'll tell you what, got to love these listeners as well for tuning in, because we do this stuff for you guys, and it means a lot to see so many positive comments and appreciation. This is a great thing we do, and we do it because we love it.
Yeah, and we're able to do it mainly, OCTV does a great job with the production, but we're able to do it because of partners and sponsors like Barron Industries. Been around the community for 10 times 10 is 100, over 100 years. Gotta love it.
Well, listen, Harper Woods had 7 penalties in that first half. As we said, Barron didn't make any mistakes because they've been around for over 100 years. So, listen, the first half, let's go into some of those stats. We don't have them in front of us, but we know 7 penalties. I believe Oxford had 2. They're winning the penalty battle. They're winning the field position battle. We know that. Katie's done a great job for Oxford. I think he had, 6 touchbacks so far to start this ball game in the first half. And
huge.
Special teams has been excellent for Oxford. Defense, they've had about 3 picks so far. I believe it's 3 or 4 already on a great quarterback who has D1 offers. And then, as we know, the offense, Hendricks, Johnson, all just coming through for Oxford.
Plenty of names on the Oxford side of the ball getting their name called, and they're producing too. That's what's great about this game so far, is that it's not just one person putting the team on their back. It's everybody. Everybody's competing out here. The offensive line winning the battle in the trenches, and defensive line. Realistically, there hasn't been too many runs between the tackles that have broken loose for anything. Just a couple outside runs, a couple dink-and-dunk passes as well. I think only that one big play that got him almost to the 50.
Yeah, I believe that's the only one, as we're seeing Katie out there kicking field goals, showing his leg, kicking it from the 40. But listen, going back to Oxford football, and I had a chance to speak with Coach Line, did a season preview. It is now up on OCTV's YouTube. Check it out if you get a chance after the ball game. But really, the players, the coaching staff, they all said the same thing, that this can be a special year, Travis, but what they have to do is do what they do right, not have a lot of penalties, be disciplined, committed to Oxford football, which is that run, which opens up the pass. And they've played a perfect brand of Oxford football in this first half.
Yeah, speaking on the pass, you look at Jack Hendricks. He's not your D1 build, if you will, right? On the shorter side, kind of a Drew Brees-esque almost when it comes to your
that's
height.
That's a compliment, right?
And he uses his legs when he needs to. He's sneaky fast. I love to see him make some of those plays where he decided right through his progressions, was not able to come up with anything that was, hey, this is 100% a good toss. We just need to be able to make sure that I tuck it and run it. It's been awesome to see him mature as an athlete compared to last year, where maybe he tries to fit it into some tighter windows.
Well, listen, one of those names when I was talking to this team that was out there working with the quarterbacks and just volunteering his time was Brady Carpenter.
Aha.
Brady Carpenter, a quarterback who's sneaky fast, right, but had the pass as well, and he was out there, and kind of Hendricks, like you said, he reminds me of a type of player like that, right? And that's Oxford football. Don't make the mistakes. Hit the receivers when they get the opportunity. Obviously, this is a ground and pound offense, but playbook's just been open so far.
Wide open at this point as well.
Well, apparently we said hi on the cameras. I had no idea where I was looking. It's probably better off that I keep my radio face off of the cameras.
Yeah, I didn't do hair and makeup today.
That's okay. That's okay. So thank you, Dan, for that.
Joe with the great shot. Thanks, Joe.
Well, Oxford going to
receive
this ball.
Sophia says the interview was stellar. Nicely done.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thanks for watching as always. And we're hoping we have a second half just like the first half. Oxford going to get this ball right back. Hopefully they pick up where they left off. On offense, moving the ball here. And we are under the lights officially. Is there a more beautiful sight? I say no.
No. This is by far one of my favorite times of year. Don't care what the temperature is. This is perfect.
Yeah, you better put on a sweater. I had to buy one when I came here, but hey, at least it goes towards a good cause, right? Because it's a little chilly down here, but that's what fall time's all about. So 28-0 here, getting ready to start this second half. Deep for Oxford is number 11, Owen Pavlock.
I don't think he had a single muffed punt last year and or kickoff. Very sure-handed, knows what he's doing, has a pretty good vision as well. Looking forward to seeing what happens here.
Well, here we go. The kickoff is going to go right down the center there. Pavlock going to have a chance to return this one. Gets behind some blockers there. Up the middle, breaks free across the 50-yard line. Hey, we said it. Pick up right where you left off, and they did. Oxford in business once again.
40-something yards there on the return. 48. Thank you for the clarification. Got to make sure that something like that, huge play, great momentum right out of the gate, got to capitalize on it.
I mean, I've said it a number of times. I don't want to be a broken record, but everything going the way of Oxford so far in this ball game. Johnson in the backfield, and why not, right? He's been awesome so far. Hendricks is going to hand off to Johnson right up the gut. Hits a stride there over the right side, gets around the defense, and picks up another first down. You know, those guys with the chains, just keep moving them.
They're busy. They are busy tonight, especially because those those nice 13-yard gains makes those 10-yard chains move.
I mean, how about that cutback, Travis? He shows a lot of elusiveness. Big guy, but he's got that elusiveness, and he's got that vision.
The vision is huge, and it's come a long way from watching him. Even just last year, already see a difference. He's a lot more, I want to say, I guess patience is the best word for it. A lot more patience, and I think that helps with the vision immensely.
First down and 10 from the 34. Hendricks hands off to Johnson over to the left side. Got some room there. Cuts inside, but a flag is on the field there. May have been a hold.
Yeah, Carpenter out on the edge potentially. Let's see.
That's usually what it is on those type of plays. And we might be getting this move back. We'll see what this official says.
It could go either way.
It is a hold on the offense.
I was looking at the play and on the screen, and it looked like it could have gone either way. There's a little bit of hand fighting at the end, but ultimately penalties on us.
So that'll move it back to the 40-yard line.
Drew, you're not wrong. The chain gang is definitely probably on the more tired side so far from the first half.
Yeah, everybody bundling up here. The chain gang not so much because they're already working up a sweat. First down and 16 from the 40.
Champagne.
Receiver in the motion there. Johnson in the backfield. Hendricks rolls out again, looking for a receiver down there. Hits him, but just a little bit too low.
Katie, the intended target there.
I mean, that would have been a nice play by Katie. Wish he would get that ball up just a little bit, but Hendricks has been pretty accurate. You know, you like your receiver to come up with that catch, but you're not going to beat him up.
Nope.
Just go on to the next play.
Yep. I tell the boys at almost every practice we use the acronym NEXT.
That's it. Short-term memory, right?
Very much so. Yeah, it's notice, exhale, transition. Notice, exhale, transition. So you're noticing a bad or a good play, you take a deep breath, transition onto the next one.
Love it. Love it. That'll set up a 2nd down and 16. As Travis said, living on to play another down here. Receiver in motion again, hands off to Johnson. Johnson hit, but initially gets through that first tackle and picks up some positive yards. Just keeps those legs a-churning, getting some tough yards for Oxford.
For the first time tonight, we're looking at kind of 3rd and long situation, something we really haven't seen so far. Kind of a newer territory, I guess, if you will, for the game.
And I'll tell you what, Travis, you don't have to pass the ball because you're up 28-0. I think Coach Zach Line and the Oxford Wildcats are feeling pretty good about their defense so far. Just stick to that run, but hey, I've been proved wrong many a time. So here we go, 3rd down and 12 from the 36. Hendricks is going to pass, but just behind the receiver. Had some room there. That was Owen Pavlock, and I was wrong, but, you know, go figure. But Oxford trying to move the chains, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 12, but that's okay. Live to fight another down, and Harper Wood's going to pick this ball back up.
Pavlock with a number change. That's why I was kind of confused as to who it was. I'm pretty sure Pavlock was number 13 last year. Now he's sporting number 11.
We'll have to get the story behind that because, you know, these kids, they love those numbers. There's a story usually behind everyone. We've already talked about what 42 means, right? So
yes.
But there's many stories out there.
Are we out for a field goal try? No.
Kind of curious what's going on here. You thought you might get like a pooch kick or something, but
we are.
I think we got some confusion.
Timeout. Yeah, definitely confusion because looked like you had a field goal squad out, but then you also could have been the offense too. And I think somebody was scratching their heads enough to say, hey, let's call timeout. Let's regroup.
Well, we're not coaches, but I think in this type of situation we can agree. You want to keep winning that field position battle. So you're probably going to look at a short punt here, back them up if you can, inside their own 5 or 10 yard line would be ideal, right? But everything gone great so far for them. Want to remind you about the broadcast here.
Yeah, brought to you by Barron Industries. Oxford Community Television coverage brought to you by the one and only. Actually, I'm curious. Maybe Drew Holt can help us out. What is the oldest Oxford business still going to this day? Because they come in, Barron Industries, at over 100 years so far.
That's a trivia question. If anybody's got that answer, I'd love to know it. Putting the viewers at work here. So here we go. Oxford back out there in 4th and 12 from the 36, and we are going to get a field goal try. And as we saw at halftime, Katie was hitting it.
This is within his range, absolutely.
So what do we got here from the 36? Katie kicks that up, got the distance, and it's good.
Oh, my goodness.
What a leg from Katie. I tell you what, we've already talked about it. It runs in the family able to kick that ball, but that was a perfect kick between the uprights.
Maybe, just maybe, Coach Campbell could take a play out of Coach Lyons' book here and go with the kicker that's able to put it through the uprights with ease from 46.
Did we get an official? Yeah, that was 46 yards on that kick. That's incredible. This is a high schooler.
Yeah, this is high school. This is not.
I tell you what, the Lions might be calling because they could have used that last year.
If Bates goes down, we got backup right here.
Just saying. So a 46-yard kick, I mean, that's incredible for Oxford there.
That is, for you to have that in your arsenal, in your back pocket, like, man, we got stopped inside, our 35.
So how about that? Tack on 3 more. I mean, special teams have been big in this game. defense has been big in this game. Offense not creating any not putting any penalties on themselves so far. Oxford been big. The kickoff here, deep again. I believe that's number 7. Katie again.
Bottom of the letters into the end zone.
I mean,
just
somebody throw some fire on his leg. It's on fire right now. Throw some water on it because he's been heating up in this ball game. 31-0, guys. This has been a great, well-played game by the Oxford Wildcats. Their home opener, a full stadium here. I mean, there's not a seat in the house here. There was, but they're getting hot dogs right now. Obviously, they're up 31-0, but making some noise as well here for the defense, who's played some sound football. So from the 20 again, we've said it over and over here. Harper Woods trying to get something going. Handoff there over to the right side. Good job by Oxford containing that again. I believe that's number 44 on the tackle. That's
Reed
Switkowski. Gotta love those Polish names, huh?
Out of a pistol formation with the kind of an up back or wing back almost, if you will, and it was just a straight.
Well, kind of shocking, though, being down 31-0, that they're still running that ball, but nevertheless.
You would think you'd go to the air, right?
You'd hope. Well, here they go here, running the ball again, and Oxford just been all over it. Another gang tackle. That's 42, Johnson. I mean, he's everywhere. I think he was up here a minute ago calling the game with us. He's just been all over the field.
And 56, who is that?
56 is Phillips. Nehemiah Phillips.
Yeah. Give me a game or two, folks, and I'll have everybody's numbers down. It'll just take a little bit to get back into the swing of things.
We'll have the names and numbers down, and we'll also have a story about them, too. We'll do the work for you guys. 3rd down and 5 from the 25. Oxford up 31-0. Nate Rushellau trying to get something going for Harper Woods, but Oxford says no so far. A run up the middle again, and another gang tackle by Oxford, led by number 75, big Aiden Ryan there. And that's something we can talk about as well. It's not just one guy. It's been a group of players there on the ball making those tackles.
Yes, from a defensive coordinator standpoint, you are absolutely loving it. Anytime you have one contact, and you've seen it here tonight, folks, as soon as that first contact happens, there's a swarm of 2, 3, 4+ players on the Oxford side of the ball helping out with that tackle.
We're going for it here. 4th down and 3, down 31-0, you understand, but from the 27.
Run.
Snap comes a little bit high, looking for a pass. Over on the left side, dropped the ball. That was a give me there to number 12, and he had a lot of room to run. That's Tyler Buford, but the Oxford defense says, thank you, we'll take over.
Yep, we'll take over. Hey, almost exactly where we kicked the field goal.
Exactly,
and
right.
we're just taking the ball right back. So that'll work. I'll take that all day long.
And listen, that's another example of things going Oxford's way, right? Obviously, that could have been much different, but defense, you need a break here or there.
Yeah.
They played great all night.
Something at the very beginning of the game where you saw Oxford elect to kick the ball. Big proponent on defense wins championships, and it's a game 100%. Of inches. You can start with momentum on the defensive side of the ball. Results like this happen.
1st down and 10. Handoff, some trickery. Double reverse. Hendricks over to a wide open receiver. Katie, touchdown Wildcats. Man, they're cooking.
And that's going to put them over 35 points. In high school football, that means you are a running clock.
I got to tell you, this is a lot of fun. Under the lights, perfect game here for the Oxford Wildcats. A double reverse there. A pitch back to Hendricks, throws it over to Katie. The kicker, we just said, just picked up a 46-yard field goal. Now he's got another touchdown.
2 guys in his face. He stood in the pocket. Again, the maturity of this kid is so exciting to see. Katie, Mr. Perfect. Another one right through the uprights.
How often do you get a chance to see a flea flicker? And high school sports. You
No,
just don't, right?
You don't. And I wasn't ready for it for sure. And Harper Woods clearly wasn't ready for it. This is where it becomes a lot of fun and kind of that backyard football,
Well,
right?
and as a coach, this is a dream because you know what? You get to get your other guys in the ball game. You get to get those guys that don't get a lot of playing time. You're going to pull some of those starters up 38-0. I don't know when that's going to be, but if this continues, some of them backups, those third stringers, they're going to get some much-needed playing time. And I'll tell you what, Travis, that is so big for this team as the season goes along.
Yeah. Just a quick score update from just our neighbors around the corner. Clarkston now up 41-0.
Wow. Do we have an update on that Lake Orion game?
Yeah, I'm sure some
See if
of
we
our
can get one.
Yeah, some of our folks in the chat can help us out with that. Paul, maybe, or Lake Orion Dragon fan Tim. One of you guys got a score
How about
update
that? More
for
like
us?
Katie Rocket, loving that. How about another
Back
kick out of the end zone? Does this kid's leg just get stronger as the game goes on?
It sure seems that way. Is it like almost like a video game? You're just like getting more power-ups racked up?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because it sure seems that way.
7:18 remaining in the third quarter. We got a lot of football left, and it's 38-0 Cats.
Going back to that flea flicker, that was not something that we saw at all last year. And I think a big part of that is why not at this point?
Well, you know what it is too? It's trust. It's trust
Huge.
in your offense and your players to not make a mistake. And if it's not there, don't throw it. He was wide open.
By a long shot.
First down and 10 from the 20. The defense out there trying to make another play again. There's a receiver in motion, picks up a couple yards. That's number 4, Donald Adams on the carry. A couple Wildcats there, but Luke Johnson leading the way on the tackle. That'll set up second down and 3 from the 27. Clock still winding down. So you haven't seen him try to push the ball down the field outside of a couple fourth down plays here. Still trying to run the ball, just not going off of that game plan, but going to have to move it soon. Low snap, goes to the running back, makes a move. I believe that's Bailey out there. A couple more Cats. Johnson there leading the way with another tackle.
Something that we haven't had to hear a whole lot of is JR's big third down call. It gets the crowd pumped up into getting it back kind of into the game here.
How do you not love that?
Oh.
Again, check your pulse. Here we go. Third down and 2 from the 28. Handoff. Fake handoff. Receiver out in the flat. He's going to pick that up, but falls down. That's number 3, Jaleel Countryman. How about that name? Jaleel Countryman. He picks up the first down, so it's been a while for him. Haven't picked up a first down, and it feels like a couple quarters. But
I was going to say a couple years, but yeah, we'll go a couple quarters.
Couple years, yes. We'll do that.
Drew, I knew you were going to come through with that info. I'll tell the folks that are listening in and watching.
I love it. Mr. Drew Holt.
Yes.
Gotta love it, man. First down and 10 from the 32. Oxford still up 38-0. High snap again, but quarterback goes downfield to the right side. Oh, and a dive there and almost picked off is Owen Pavlock making a play. Gotta love it. Selling out. And look at the rain coming down too, man.
Yeah.
This is football.
He stuck his foot in the ground and read that perfectly. Almost baited the quarterback into a rush low. I'm really not sure what's going on with him because he does not look like a defending state champ quarterback right now.
It looks completely rattled. I'll say that right now, but this is D4 and D1, right? Big difference is second down and 10 from the 32. That defense has been Johnny on the spot all night. Rushlow hands it off to the running back. Big tackle, number 56 out there, Nehemiah Phillips. That's a big man.
Huge tackle for a loss. You want to keep that defensive momentum going, that is one way to do it.
Man, and here we go, another third down. Gonna hear JR again. I tell you what, that gets you pumped up, does it not? I mean, I don't think.
Goosebumps right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Third down and 8 19, I believe, at the 23-yard line. And the shotgun. Rushla goes back looking for a receiver on the right side. That's his big-time receiver, number 1, but he does come up just a little bit short. Dakota Grant showing what makes him so special. Still going to set up the 4th down, but you have to think at this time of the ball game, they're going to go for it. And check that weather out right now. That rain is absolutely coming down sideways. And that's going to play a part in this ball game, right? Because they're trying to move the ball down. Their ball's going to be slippery.
Yep. And you got to think that they're going to just be going to the air the rest of the night.
And that's tough when it's rainy like this. I don't think we're going to see a Kurt Warner glove out there. 4th down and 5. Rushlaw drops back. Pressure in his face. Trying to get to a receiver. It does hit him. It's number 12 out there. Tyler Buford.
He had that drop, that crucial drop in the last 4th down conversion that they tried to go for right in the midst and dropped it. This time was able to bring it in.
Eli Carpenter right there, almost able to jump in front, but they will move the chains and move it up to the 46. 2:58 left in this 3rd quarter. 38-0 Oxford. Rain coming down, but the fans are staying. And the shotgun. Again, Rushlaw hands off to Bailey, and Bailey hit by a couple guys. Number 40 out there as well as Phillips. Number 40 is Hunter Gainey. Gainey and Phillips out there.
Not really sure where the play design is on that, because you had both guard and tackle pull to the weak side away from the trips receivers, and Nehemiah Phillips said, yeah, no problem. Thank you so much. I'll take the tackle on the backfield all day.
Travis, if I told you that this team won a state title last year, you'd tell me I'm lying.
I wouldn't have bet by any means.
Dropping back again, looking for a receiver down there again and hitting his receiver. Number 1 again is Grant. Doesn't pick up the 1st down, but gets a little bit closer. That's actually Biden there, and he comes up a little bit gimpy.
Yeah, that's huge.
Puts it right at the 50-yard line.
Carpenter and I want to say Pavlock in on that tackle. Again, folks, there's not just one name being called on these tackles. You got multiple players getting to the where the play's being made and making sure that player's going down.
3rd down and 6 from the 50. Quarterback dropping back again. A lot of pressure there, a lot of defense in his way. That Johnson was right over by that pass. Nobody home. That's going to set up a 4th down and 6. And, you know, another thing that I want to point out is Oxford's not giving up the big play as well. This drive right here it's been about 5 minutes, it feels like, down to 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter. That only can help you when you're up by a score of 38-0, but this defense has just been stout and sound.
Very much so. The defense has not looked even the slightest bit concerned about any play that has come their way.
4th down and 6. Harper Woods trying to move that ball. Oxford, nice play again. We've said his name how many times tonight? Pavlock with a big play, swats it down, and Oxford will take over. You know, even if he catches that ball, Pavlock's right there, so I don't know what was going on in the play call there. Won't question that, but all I'll say is Oxford, just Johnny on the spot, making a big play once again.
And I also like to point out that, once again, they haven't made it past the 50.
Right.
How are you holding the state champs? Yes, separate division, sure. But how are you letting your Division I Oxford Wildcats team take it to you like this defensively? I'm a huge fan. Big, big, big proponent. As we come to the end of the 3rd quarter, your Wildcats up 38 to the Harper Woods Pioneers. That's a goose egg. 0.
We'll remind you as well, Oxford Community Television's coverage of Oxford football brought to you by Barron Industries' 100-plus-year-old birthday. And the answer to that trivia question, thank you to Drew Holt. Whitcomb and Son Funeral came to Oxford 148 years ago in 1876. It's changed hands many times, and today it's Lynch and Sons Funeral at Bossert Chapel, 39 West Burdick Street. Drew Holt, you're awesome. That's our trivia question here. We'll come back for the 4th quarter action. Stick with us. Oxford up 38-0.
Barron Industries, located here in Oxford, Michigan, and serving many of the world's leading manufacturing companies that rely on Barron Industries for turnkey solutions for many of the most complex and safety-critical industries, celebrating 100 years of metal casting excellence. Since 1983, Barron Industries has been a trusted partner to the world's leading aerospace and defense companies.
Hendricks hands off to another running back in there. I believe that's number 32, Preston Wilder, taking over. Wilder getting some carries in here, and like we said, I'm actually surprised that Hendricks is still in there, but he had the towel there because we're getting some rain coming down sideways. If you can see it in the broadcast, the weather took a turn. That'll set up 2nd down and 10 from the 47 clock, winding down to 11:32, 38-0, as I mentioned here. You know, Travis, this has been all Oxford, a perfect called ball game. Everything's been sound, and you got to be quite happy if you're coached line on the sidelines.
Got to be ecstatic. Realistically, your ball club has done everything you've asked of them and then some. It's been fun to watch.
Hendricks under center here. Handing off to, is that Wilder back there again? It is Wilder getting another carry, and you have to think the rest of the way he's going to get a lot more looks in here, up 38-0, as the rain just coming down sideways. In I don't know the last time I've seen it rain this hard.
Me neither, and I didn't think it was expected tonight. I knew we were expecting some. We were expecting some rain later tonight, but I didn't think it was coming this early.
Well, the big props out there to our crew out there on the field. I know Joe's out there with us. We appreciate him doing a heck of a job. There's Hendricks, again, rolling out to the right side. Defense in his face. He's just going to go to the ground. That was big number 54, Bryant Weatherspoon, one of the captains for Harper Woods. And you know what? I like that, though. Don't force the ball downfield. Just go down and live to fight another down.
Very much so, and not get hurt either.
Exactly. That's the big thing.
That is huge. Dragon fan Tim, thank you so much. 21-7, Groves beating West Bloomfield.
Wow.
That's a big surprise.
Wow.
West Bloomfield is supposed to be one of your top dogs in
it's
the
a powerhouse.
state. Yes.
That's a powerhouse. So we'll keep an eye on that score. Appreciate you getting us that as well. Hopefully we get a Lake Orion update here soon, as in the division there, a lot on the line here. 4th down and 10 from the 50, 9:29, still 38-0 Oxford. Winding down that clock. Is Katie back there to punt this ball. Clean snap. Katie gets a big leg on there. Gonna back him up. Nice bounce. Oxford touches that ball at around the, looks like around the 13 or 12 yard line. So great job by Katie moving them back again. And, you know, Oxford's kept them there. As you said, they haven't been past the 50.
So, Sophia, I love it. Yes, perfect analogy to the rain. The rain is just like Oxford football. Tough, muddy, everything about us is tough, and you've seen it here tonight.
I love it. I love it. And just like that, the rain looks like it stopped. So it's been a strange night, but a beautiful night under the lights. Ton of fans here. Now, obviously, some went to get away from the rain. You can't blame them, right? So we're sitting here in the press box, the best seat in the house right now.
Easily. Not out in the elements. Joe, you're a trooper, man. Appreciate you out there getting some great shots.
Appreciate you, Joe. 8:15, 1st down and 10 from the 12. Rushalau is going to hand off to his running back once again. It's Kobe Bailey, but good job by Oxford.
Get one guess on who was on that tackle.
Let's see, was Luke Johnson.
Yeah, yep. Last year, I think there was, I forget who we were playing, but there was a defensive stand where I think he had like 9 tackles in a row.
Yeah,
and he just kept getting back up and just doing the exact same thing.
Well, I can tell you he's over 10 for sure, right? High snap there again to one of the running backs there. Burst of speed, gets through the middle there. That's Donald Adams on the carry, but looks like, is that number 8? Barrett with the tackle.
Yes. Johnson had Childress at number 8, yes?
Yeah, Andrew Barrett on that tackle,
yes,
though, looks
yes,
like.
Yes,
yep.
yes.
Johnson, Childress was by there.
Yes, Childress, a player that's up and coming. And looking forward to seeing what he does.
Big run there once again by number 4, Donald Adams. So starting to move the ball here. And, you're getting players in, players out. As we mentioned, some of those backups are getting in this game right now as you see Johnson coming out. And you just want to make sure that they stand firm, and they're making their assignments here on defense, because so far it's been a perfectly played ball game by the Oxford defense. Down up to 41, 1st and 10. Another handoff right up the gut there, but
another tackle by Phillips.
Phillips has been absolutely big, and he looks like a defensive tackle.
He
right?
does.
He just plugs the hole.
I was down on the field pre-game and seeing him run by, I was just like, what? This is an athlete. I'm excited to see what he does, and so far been a huge threat on the edge of the line for us.
Sets up down to 2nd and 10, and check that out. You just said his name. He makes another play. I mean, we have about 5 or 6 guys that we could say is the player of this game. You really do.
Easily. You could throw Dean Rice. You could throw Nehemiah Phillips. You could throw Krupa. I mean, the list goes on. It's awesome to see. Again, we kind of reiterated around halftime that it's not just one player. It's the entire team out there.
And it's the coaching staff as well.
Huge.
3rd down and 11. Going back for a pass, and that's the number 1 receiver. Again, picking up that 1st down. That's Grant. But, they're backing off just a little bit there.
Krupa.
Given that. But, yeah, Krupa.
Krupa was right there, and it almost seemed like he was trying to bait the quarterback a little bit, but he was just out of position in his coverage. Had he leaked a little more to the sideline, one, the throw is probably not made, but if it is, he's right there, and it's pick 6.
And that receiver came back.
Yes.
If he just goes forward, he picks it up. It's got to drive a coach crazy. That sets up 4th down and 1. Oxford trying to get that ball right back, run right up the gut. They're going to pick that up is Harper Woods. And he's still churning, still moving.
Another
and listen,
almost 10 yards after the first contact.
4:40, the clock's winding down, but this Wildcat team and coaching staff wants that shutout. They want that shutout. It means a lot to them. Opening up the season here at home. Obviously, they'll move to 1-1 with this win. We feel pretty safe to be able to say that. But after that opening night where the offense struggled and the defense at times, this has just been something nice to see.
Sophie, I thought I wasn't 100% sure because of how it was shortened, but I vividly remember that interview with the D-Zone and Tate on the field after that rainy, gritty win.
I remember that. Special young man, and it's fitting that Luke Johnson wears that number 42 like we talked about. We love the Muir family here. Obviously, they're a big part of this tradition here at Oxford football. Low snap, that hits the turf. Quarterback trying to come up with it, and I don't know if he did. I think Oxford got that. I think Phillips was right there in the area, and they did. Another turnover. Oxford steps up big, and they may have just preserved that shutout.
That is big.
That was Phillips.
It was. Gosh, the kid, I don't know. I think
that's another name.
Yeah.
For player of the game.
Easily.
I mean, we can't just say one today.
He's got at least 3 tackles for losses and now a fumble recovery. Defensively, you got to think that he would be in the running for a defensive player of the game.
They've got at least, 5 turnovers in this ball game.
Gosh, yes. Anytime you can be on the plus side of the turnovers,
that's it.
There's a pretty good chance you're winning the ball game.
Coach Line and the coaching staff going to sleep pretty good tonight. I think they're going to feel pretty good. 38-0, 2:45. That clock winding down. And we got our backup quarterback in there who we saw before the game, number 10. And I tell you what, that's our luck because he's not on the roster here. And Travis, I asked you before the game, if anybody out there has number 10s name.
Yes.
Listen, I'm happy to say the young man's name, but we just don't have it.
Absolutely. I was trying to do as much research as I could in between takes as well as before pregame, trying to figure out who this was. Outside of me going up to Coach Line and asking him, I did everything I could.
Yeah, and you know the one thing you don't do before a game? Talk to the coach.
Yeah.
Unless you're interviewing him.
Yeah. Especially not 3 minutes before the game.
Yeah. 2 minutes left, your clock winding down. Oxford going to pick up an impressive win, that all-important first win of the season. Handoff again. Looks like, is that number 20 there for Oxford? It's Colin Crosby,
Yeah.
the junior, picking up some positive yards there, and you know he's loving it.
Chuck McConey donned that number for us the last couple years. A phenomenal athlete. Was a lot of fun to watch, especially out of the backfield. Kind of shifty, was able to make plays when needed. Was just a lot of fun, and now.
So we're sitting at 3rd down and 2, clock down at 1:15. And this one's all but over. Not the victory formation, but it might as well be. Under center here, a new quarterback here for Oxford. Handoff again to number 20, thrown down pretty ferociously. Picking up that carry, Colin Crosby. That's setting up 4th down and 2. You got 50 seconds winding down here. This has been a heck of a ball game. It's been also a lot of fun. Travis, I'm looking forward to doing a lot more ball games with you this year.
Yeah, likewise. So excited for this season. I was telling folks at work, like, you don't find better atmosphere on Friday night than you do in the town of Oxford.
That's it.
Everybody's here. You might as well close some of the local businesses too, because everyone's here. Open them up now though, because you're gonna have the floodgates open up here shortly.
Clock winding down, 15 seconds left. It's been a heck of an atmosphere here in Wildcat Stadium. Another handoff to Crosby, and that's going to be it. As the clock winds down to 0, Oxford with an impressive 38-0. Yes, I said that right. 38-0 victory. They'll move to 1-1 in the season. Harper Woods falls to 1-1 in the season. I loved everything I saw out there. I mean, listen, defense stepped up, special teams stepped up, offense stepped up. The coaching staff was at another level. Everything really went the way of Oxford so far in this night and in this season at home, and you know what? It felt like a home game. Oxford football is back.
It's back, and it is so exciting to be a part of. The times where you have your entire town here, your football team is doing amazing things on the field. Your coaching staff is loving it. The entire crowd is loving it. We have a pretty solid broadcast and have a lot of fun doing it. It's been a great night.
This has been a great night. We just want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. We're going to be back here. And also, Barron Industries. That's what our broadcast is brought to you by. Over 100 years in business. Congratulations to Barron Industries. Congratulations to Oxford football. 1-1 in the season. Oxford with the win, 38-0. Everybody, have a great night. We'll see you next time.
Barron Industries, located here in Oxford, Michigan, and serving many of the world's leading manufacturing companies that rely on Barron Industries for turnkey solutions for many of the most complex and safety-critical industries, celebrating 100 years of metal casting excellence. Since 1983, Barron Industries has been a trusted partner to the world's leading aerospace and defense companies, proud sponsor of tonight's game.